Hi folks, I'm Timothy Brown, President and CEO of Roy Corporation. We're Canada's largest and longest standing dental practice appraiser and broker. Since 1974, we've appraised over 7,500 dental practices, and in the last decade, the value of the technology, the software, and the data has become one of the most important assets and most valuable assets that a dentist will own. Carl Schmidt of the Patterson Technology Center has asked me to speak today about DDS Rescue. It's a brand new product brought to you by Patterson, and what it means to a dental practice and how it can impact the value of your data record keeping systems. Some of you may recall I did a video a number of years ago about electronic record keeping and how the value of dental software, when kept current, keeps its value. A dental software package purchased for $10,000 or $15,000 today will be worth $10,000 or $15,000 in 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, provided that you keep it current. The reason for that is that software is always new. As long as it's being upgraded, it's always brand new. So the investment you make in dental software, while you can write it off, and your accountant can speak to that, actually holds its value. Just about every other thing that you buy in your practice will depreciate except your software. So products such as EagleSoft never really go down in value. That's something a lot of business appraisers and dental practice appraisers, I don't think they grasp this because they don't understand that the value of the software is directly related to the data that it maintains. So if you don't recall that from the past, please do so. So today we're going to talk about DDS Rescue. What is that? Well, DDS Rescue is far more than a backup system. It's something that can preserve your data in the time of an outright crisis or data loss. Let's look back to this spring in Calgary, Alberta. There were some terrible floods, and a number of dental practices actually could not get to their records at all. While I'm sure they had an adequate backup system in place, they couldn't get to their records. The practices were literally closed, and they couldn't even get on the facility or the premises. So what you have in those instances, if your data is not in the cloud or accessible, you can't open, you can't get to your data, and you're absolutely outright shut down. The value of a dental practice is directly related to its daily production. The average Canadian dentist today, being a full-time dentist with a hygienist working with him or herself, is $500 an hour in production, or about $5,000 a day. So every hour a practice is down due to data loss or data corruption, or every day is $500 an hour or $5,000 a day. In the instance of the Calgary practices, some of them were down for over a week. That could be a $25,000 lost revenue, and it's not recoverable, folks. So what do you do, or how do you prevent your data from being lost and completely eliminated from your access, and therefore you can't operate your practice? That's really what this DDS Rescue package is about. It's not just a traditional backup system. It's an on-site system. It's a device that stays within your practice. It resides there, but it's online. All the data is protected in the cloud. It's monitored 24 hours a day, and it allows you and safeguards you against lack of access. If you were to have a fire or a theft or a flood like they did in Calgary, you can recover from that, and you can probably get open again in a matter of days or weeks, depending on the circumstance. But it's the data that you must have access to. I don't need to remind you that all of your data must be protected under the privacy legislation, and the records must be secure. They have to be compliant with all of the various legislations and regulations. This product provides for that, and it secures your data, and it's fully encrypted so that no one can access to it except the intended user, which is the dentist. I can think of an instance here at Roy Corporation where once we had a data corruption, and we were using a traditional tape system at the time, and one of our employees had gone home with the tape, and every day the tape was put in the backup, and then someone would take it home. We had a data loss, our server failed, and the individual who took the tape home every day wasn't due to come in that day. We literally had to hunt her down and get that tape back just to get our current data reinstalled. And we lost about a day's production to that, and that was very expensive. So I'm sure all of you have had minor or major issues with hardware and software in the past. There are ways to prevent this. Backing up your software is something we've all known that we've had to do for years, but is it working? Has it been tested? Is it online? Is it 24/7 monitored? And is it in the cloud? And can you get it if you really need it? And that's what DDS Backup is about. I know that Patterson Dental, your reps, will be speaking to you about how this product works and the costs, how it's installed. And they even have a free backup check where they'll come in and do an analysis of your systems to see how your existing systems are providing for backup, and then how DDS Rescue can probably make it even better. Many of you may recall my book, Profitable Practice, Why a Dental Practice is an Exceptional Investment, and in that I do speak to the value of electronic record keeping, and this is an investment you're making in your practice. It's not a cost, it's an investment. I'm Timothy Brown, President and CEO of Roy Corporation. Thanks for watching.